Welcome to Father John's Coffee Break. A little boy went to church with his father, and during the service he was staring intently at the red sanctuary lamp. And after a while he turned to the father and said, "When the light turns green, can we go?" So this brings me to our topic today, fasting from the Eucharist, because our churches are closed. St. Augustine, sensing that his death was approaching, decided that he would become a penitent for the remaining time on earth. In his time, you only went to confession once in your life after baptism. So when people decided to go to confession, they went to the priest and there was a ceremony in the church which excommunicated you, and then you joined the order of penitents. The penitents attended Mass regularly, but were dismissed after the liturgy of the word for spiritual guidance. Hence, they did not receive Holy Communion. In fact, they met every day with the priest, who more often than not gave them penances. This was the practice well into the late 900s AD, until the Irish monks brought to Europe the practice of frequent confession with smaller penances. Augustine undertook this practice so that he could identify with all the penitents and all who could not receive the Eucharist, all who hungered and thirsted for the Lord. This was remarkable for a man who wrote eloquently on the body of Christ that is built by the Holy Eucharist. This makes us reflect on our reception of the precious body and blood. Do we take the sacraments too matter of fact? Have we lost the awe and magnitude of this great gift? Maybe the spiritual fasting that we are experiencing now is a service to us in order to deepen our appreciation of this intimate communion with the risen Lord. It would be good to see it is a time of deepening and renewal for us. The early church had a practice of not receiving on Good Friday as a way of sharing in the Lord's Passion. It was also seen as being in solidarity with those who yearn for the Eucharist but cannot receive it. The spiritual fasting is a remedy for falling into mere routine, a practice devoid of spirituality. Sometimes we need to feel the hunger to appreciate what is being offered to us and to understand the suffering of those who cannot receive. Yes, it is a sacrifice to forgo receiving the body and blood of Christ, but let us enter into the spiritual fasting that deepens our hunger more and more for the Lord in our lives.